Tradezella is one of the most powerful journaling tools that has definitely transformed my own trading, and I want to show you exactly how I use it, as well as just a tutorial walkthrough for anyone that's never even been on Tradezella or know what it is. It's very simple to navigate once you get the hang of it after like a day or two at most. Hopefully this video will shorten that even more. Let's hop right into it. We won't go over everything, just mostly what I use about it and how it has transformed my trading, like I said. So just off the surface, a few things you could see is the calendar view. I feel like that's the most common thing you see posted of this calendar view. You'll see it. We can go back to March when there's a little bit more squares filled in. You can see everyone's trading in there, their weeks. I do like this advanced one to see how well am I up on the week, how many days have I traded. The equity curve is cool. The Zella score is cool. I don't necessarily focus heavily on those, right? You can see my average win to loss is always off, and it's out of 1, which is pretty good, I guess, but I've never been able to really get that higher. But again, I'm not really too concerned on it. I do want a good win rate, good consistency and profit factor and all that. But the other thing to look at is within this is going to your daily journal. I'm a big advocate for doing report cards. If you join us in our Black Shirt Club, you want to go to your notebook here, not your daily journal. This is where you can see the individual trades each and every day. But on top of that, I like to go to my notebook tab. So if you go on the 4th one down, you can see, I know Monday I did a good one, so we'll go over that one, not just because it was green. On Monday, we can collapse this. On Monday, I like to take my trades in the New York Open. I'll take markups throughout the day just to see, okay, I didn't take that trade, but that was a solid opportunity. Let me mark that up. So that's going to be these markups of the trading day. I didn't take these, though. These are the trades that I ended up taking. So on this given day, I had 5 ideas and 5 almost information to get better for the next day and for the next day after that, right? So if you could store markups of ideas you didn't take as well as the trades you did take, you'll get a lot more pattern recognition and get a lot more better on your own edge. I also like to just review my day. What was the biggest lesson? Could it be about the initial balance, my own psychology, the market speed, the volatility? It could be about anything, right? And then what was the trade of the day? I want to make sure for my own self, without being biased, was I in the trade of the day, right? Was I in the most, not even the most profitable trade, the one that fits my plan the most or fits it the best, even if it did take on more drawdown or take on some chop? When I look at this trade here, I need to be in that. And I didn't take this setup, but I was in a winning trade today, so it's good I made money. But I need to ask myself, well, why wasn't I in this one? Because this one, according to my plan, fits the most criteria, fits the most rules. I should be in this, right? And I want to make sure more times than not, I'm in the winning trade, right? I'm in the most to my plan trade that I can be, right? And then as I evaluate my day. So if this is a template I put on, again, like I said, in our Black Shirt Club, we give Tradezella for free for the full year, as well as give you these templates to do your own report cards, because I think it's just huge to get other eyeballs on your trading. What we do like on this, on the top right here, you go to those 3 dots and you just click share. You can see this one's already sharing. So I'll just copy this link, and then in our Discord, I'll send it in my own thread, and everyone can view my daily report cards, right? So now if I just open that up in a new tab, all they could do is just open it up, and they'll see just today's report card that I just went over here, right? And I think it's just very valuable to get other sets of eyes on your trading. So it's very pivotal that you not only mark up your trades that you're taking so you can keep track of that, but also ideas. You should be taking more ideas than you do actually trades. That's how you get the pattern recognition rather than just getting 1 markup a day. You get 5 a week. I have 5 today. In the course of a month and a year, I'm going to blow by you. Another thing I like to look at is the reports. That's obviously a great one for get more information on your own trading, like your average winning day and average losing trade. Those are obviously great. Your max consecutive wins and losses, those are great. But another thing I like to look at is my average hold time here. You can see 15 minutes, 17 minutes on my losers, 15 on my winners, and average trade time is about 15 minutes. So I'm very quick in and out of the market that I could almost look at it. Another one to coolly look at here, if you go to the report section and you want to go to trade time, or let's go days, right? So my most traded days are Thursday. I'm trading the most on Thursday, but I'm not necessarily making the most money on Thursdays. Okay, and I'm trading the second least on Fridays, and I'm making the most amount of money on Fridays. So I'm really simplifying it seems like, on Fridays, not over trading, and it's helping me. I'm making the most money. But on the day I am trading the most, I'm not making the most money. I'm actually making the least amount of money, just by a hair from Tuesday. So by trading more, I'm not making more. I'm actually making a little bit less. So I don't need to take a huge amount of trades every single day. Now, looking at this information, there's no like concerning day of like, oh my God, Evan, you got to take that day off. It's just your kryptonite. You can't trade Tuesdays. I'm fine across the board, but you could just see I have a winning win rate across every single day, 63, 65, 55 on Wednesdays, but I am making money, but I'd like to get that up a little bit. But you can see on Fridays, 81% of the time. Probably because I know I'm up on the week. I don't want to give back gains on a Friday if it's not calling for me to. If there's not a really solid setup, you're going to really have to convince me on this Friday to want to put more risk onto the market and risk giving back gains, right? That's probably most to do with it. Another thing with not trading so much on Mondays, that's my least traded day. Everyone's going to come into the market excited. Everybody's going to want to take on trades right at the open on Monday, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's meeting up to my plan that I need to be in a setup. So I have to calm down into the open, into the start of the week, and then as the week evolves, you can see I trade more and more and more because I'm getting a better feel for the market of how we've been reacting on Monday into Tuesday into Wednesday. What's the trend been? More levels have been built. There's more storyline to go off of. So I think just tracking that and make sure you're not having a specific red day that, hey, on your Mondays, you're coming in maybe way too excited. You're over trading on Mondays, getting all amped up from over the weekend. And then on Fridays as well, you're looking to hit home runs before the weekend. Maybe something like that, right? So you definitely want to keep an eye on that and look at these reports as there's plenty more in them. Another thing I look at, I got to do a little bit better job at it, is the playbook tab over here on the left. You can see I barely built mine out, but I do think it's very pivotal. And I do want to get better at doing it in real time so I don't have to go back and playbook my previous 100 trades. I want to just do the 2 or 3 that I take today. But if you just go, like I said, back to your trades tab, that'll bring down your whole list of trades. So let's just click on my most recent win. If I go to the playbook tab here, right next to stats, I could add to a playbook. And I already did that here. It was a New York VWAP bounce and a New York VWAP break. So, okay, that's part of that playbook. Now, when you start doing that for all the trades, you can get more hard stats on, let's just say, the 15-minute price play. I know there's no trades tagged in there yet, but what if that was losing me money clearly? A lower win rate than the other two, and it's actually losing me money. Then I don't need to necessarily keep on trading this 15-minute price play, and I should be really focusing on the VWAP bounce because it's got the highest win rate. It's making me the most money. What am I doing even wasting my time over here? Or maybe it's inverse, right? You need to get more data in here, right? 6 trades and 8 trades is not enough, but that's the whole point of it. If you could build a nice solid base and good foundation of like 100 trades in each, even maybe 25, 50 trades in each, you can maybe get some good numbers to work off of saying, okay, this one is making some money. This one's really making some good money as well, a little bit better, but this one, this 15-minute price plays, for example, is just costing me money. So these bigger numbers could actually be looking better on these two if I just cut out these unnecessary losing trades. So I think building a playbook will really give you almost also a sense of confidence. If I could read these stats, let's say there was 60 trades in this VWAP bounce one with an 83% win rate and it was making $11,000, then the next time I think about taking a VWAP bounce play, I'm probably going to be pretty confident of, hey, I want to get in this. These have been winning really well. This is one of my best setups. I know that because I've seen the stats. It's not an opinion of I think it wins a good amount of time. I feel like it does. I feel like I see it win often. That's just an opinion. You're probably blurting out the losses that you're not wanting to recognize. But if you could take these stats of the trades you've been taking, the stats are going to speak for you. You can really just then cut out the discretion and say the stats are almost telling me what I should really be leaning into in my strengths and what I should be cutting out on my weaknesses, right? If you go back to the dashboard real quick where we started off, right, the trade win percentage is something I keep an eye on, but this is for like the all time. I could obviously shrink this down to the time frame, so we could do that real quick. If you go to the top where it says date range, just go to year to date. As we're in April already, Q1 has come to a close. So in Q1, 72% trade win rate. Pretty solid, very solid. But I really care about the day win percentage, right? If I could just win more days than not, aka 39-6, that'll be very good for the long term. I don't want to have, obviously, those 6 red days be too big that they're like equivalent to 20 green days to make it back, right? I want it to be, let's just say simple math. Anytime I have a red day of 6, it's $100 each time. Anytime I win, it's 39 times 100. That'd be very ideal, but obviously that's not always the case. But I just don't want to have too big of a red day. That if I could just win more days than not, keep my red days small, keep my green days normal, small, or whatever, I'll make money. But if I'm winning more days than not, but my red days are ginormous, and my winning days are whatever, then that's not necessarily a recipe for success. So the trade win percentage is definitely key, but it's also about how do you finish the day, right? You could win 2 trades, but do you lose that last one, but it was so big that now your day is red, right? And it's going to go down as, yeah, you won 2 trades today and you lost 1, but you lost money. So I always like to look at the day win percentage more so, because we could work off of that, right? Your trade win percentage is going to fluctuate around maybe 60, anywhere to 75, 80. But your day win percentage, you really want to keep an eye on that of not losing days too many times. And that's really it. One last thing we can go to when you go to the notebooks, like I was saying. Notebook tab, it's very simple. I have these 3 templates in here. Let's just go log a day on this Saturday. All I have to do is just click my template I've added. I'll quickly add. Let's go over to TradingView real quick. And we'll just add a call out for this trade of Tradezella. So when I take these on the TradingView, I also have a tutorial on that. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that. If you go to a copy link or just Command S and then go back to my Tradezella, I'll just copy it in there. And then now anyone can go look and say, okay, that's the trade he took. I understand why he was in that trade, why he didn't take that trade, but okay, let's go see other trade ideas that he generated today to go see if he took the best one or took the smartest one, whatever the case may be. But I love Tradezella. I love tracking my own stats and looking just at the markups of things, because like I said, I really tried my best to do a solid amount of markups. This is almost on the weaker side. I'm just going to scroll back. Let's just go to a random day. The 6th. All right, thank God. I picked a good day. So we had 7 ideas in there maybe, right? I really am an advocate for just taking good markups. So I could just study these patterns. Break of new high, pullback. Okay, cool. I should be in that setup. This is what it looks like the most often. These are the best winners. These are the best losers. These are the worst trades I've taken. And you can start to weed stuff out and know what you want to do, know what you don't want to do anymore, because the pictures or the stats are telling you what to do, right? So I'm definitely a huge advocate for that. If you're not doing markups, or if you want to learn more about Tradezella and get access to it, you actually can use code EVAN if you want to use 10% off the monthly plan, or code EVAN20 for 20% off the yearly plan. Like I said, if you join our Black Shirt Club, you'll get Tradezella for free for the year. But obviously, if you don't want to join that, it's a lot cheaper to just get Tradezella on your own with, again, code EVAN, EVAN10 or EVAN20. But hopefully you guys found value in this. Again, I'm a huge supporter of Tradezella. It really is just, I think, the best journaling software. It's very easy to use. It gives you a lot of information. There's even more down here we didn't go over. And again, I can make a whole nother video on the reports tab of like the actual reports you could look at, and like the trade time of like the duration of my trades, the direction of my trades, the asset that I'm trading the most, and all that. So that's a whole nother video. But again, more information that they do give you, that if you want it, it's in there. So hopefully you guys found value in it. Remember, trade safe. If you need me, always feel free to reach out. Drop a like, leave a comment if you got any more questions or if I missed anything. I'll see you guys on the desk tomorrow morning.